And the first of its kind event in Australia is taking place tomorrow, with a raft of people talking about the latest projects developing and delivering NFT technology solutions, startups, marketplaces and games. To tell us more about this amazing NFT Fest is director and co-founder Greg Oakford. Greg, thanks for joining us on Startup Daily. Now, I know this is a labour of love. What led you and Rochelle to put this crazy, fantastic, amazing and epic idea together?
Yeah, thanks, Simon. NFT Fest Australia, which really we've got a branding problem already. It really is NFT Fest Global. We've got 50 speakers from all around the globe, and we've ticked over a little over sort of a couple of thousand registrations now, and this is a labour of love. I am NFT obsessed. When I saw this sort of technology and what I thought it was going to do when I had my penny drop moment around about 9 or 10 months ago, I've just been down the rabbit hole on sort of a number of projects and looking at what the technology is going to deliver, along with my co-founder, Rochelle Cox. And this event is being supported by Blockchain Australia and Steve Vallis, the CEO. So we've got a really great lineup of speakers, you know, from the builders to the creators to the collectors. If you've never heard the acronym NFTs, non-fungible tokens, tomorrow is a great place to start. Tickets are free if you go to nftfest.com.au.
So this is the amazing thing about it. You've put all of this together. You've got this enormous goodwill from the people being involved. Legislators are involved. I know Senator Andrew Bragg, who has kind of been looking at this space from the government's point of view, is part of one of the panels tomorrow. It kicks off, I think, about 8 a.m. It's quite a bright and early start. But you've made it free, so anyone can just jump on, log on and be a part of it for the day.
Yeah, that's correct. And so it's actually a 10 a.m. start, and we'll be going right through to around about 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So 10 a.m. being the first session, as I touched on, sort of 50 plus speakers. That does include Senator Bragg. And, you know, we're really excited to have someone like Senator Bragg speak at this particular event, because there's a lot of sort of fear and uncertainty and doubt around the NFT space, but ultimately the Web3 movement is here to stay. There will be some bumps in the road, but you know, if we take it back and look at sort of the mid to late 90s with the introduction of websites and e-commerce, and then social media around that sort of 2005, 6, 7 point, we know they're not a fad. I see NFTs being the exact same, following the same path. We have strong conviction for this space. So tomorrow is a wonderful opportunity to really sort of dig in and accelerate your learning curve in what is really an exciting space to be in.
Well, the interesting part is the potential of artists, musicians and athletes sort of seeing it. Where do you see the potential? And tell us a little bit about that light bulb moment, because I think a few of us keep flicking the switch and we're still in the dark.
Yeah, so I think, look, I'm a big sports junkie. My day job, I'm at Golf Australia and holding down sort of a marketing role there, and have worked in basketball previously and a bit of a basketball nut as a kid. And I used to collect NBA basketball cards, sort of Tops, Upper Deck, Fleer, etc. And you know, the introduction of the NBA Top Shot product at the back end of 2020, where ultimately they were digitizing their IP and selling those and making them a marketplace. And that brought a lot of new people into the NFT space. So I think one way you can talk or you can think about NFTs is through digital collectibles. We've got David Yu from Vive tomorrow that are actually bringing huge brands like Marvel to the NFT market through digital collectibles. So that's sort of one way. But another interesting way too is sort of we're seeing brands like and NFT tokens like the Bored Ape Yacht Club and Cool Cats and Gary Vaynerchuk's V Friends that have lofty ambitions essentially of starting a brand as an NFT token and building it out that way, opposed to a model that we're sort of more traditionally accustomed to, where it might be a movie or a TV series that then goes down the ladder to sort of comics and merchandise and coffee mugs and things like that. So it's a very exciting space. It is the Wild West right now, but we're hoping that NFT Fest will put some trusted faces in front of people so that they can help navigate their own journey.
Well, I know you're up at talking at about 10 a.m. Eastern Australian time tomorrow about the myths and magic. Can we get a little bit of a hint of what you'll be talking about?
Sure, yeah. Well, there's plenty of magic, let me tell you. But one of the common misperceptions is it's just a JPEG. Why would I pay for that? It's a right-click save. I could just save it on my camera roll, and I've got the same image as you. What people are missing is with blockchain technology, what NFTs do is you're actually owning that asset. So the analogy that gets used a lot of times is you can have a copy of the Mona Lisa, but there's only one real Mona Lisa painting in the world, and that's similar to NFTs. So if you've got a cool cat or a Bored Ape, you are one of 10,000 that holds that token worldwide. Someone can copy your token, but there's also access benefits, and some of those include real life benefits as well attached to many of these NFT projects. So we look forward to debunking that common misperception that it's just a JPEG.
I mean, there are so many fascinating conversations that are going to be on tomorrow. Press play to earn. Mark Carnegie is going to be on that panel along with Derek Lau from Immutable, a company we've recently spoken to. Then there's monetizing the meme economy. Can you give us a little bit of a picture about that discussion?
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen sort of in the last 6 to 12 months some of the most well-known memes on the internet selling as NFTs for 5, 6, 7 figures. And ultimately, what NFTs are doing now, they're crossing over into culture and internet culture in particular. So we are seeing sort of culture intersecting with finance, and that's all being done via the power of NFTs.
I do want to ask, you used that analogy of the Mona Lisa a little bit earlier. The thing about art is it really has no intrinsic value. It's what people are prepared to pay for it. Is that where the analogy with NFTs is also applicable? So, whether it is an artwork, an NFT sold by Sotheby's for $69 million, or sort of someone like Elon Musk's partner putting up her own artworks and selling those as NFTs, is that where it is? It's what the market is prepared to pay that gives it value?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, as I touched upon, there's many NFT projects that have real life or in real life benefits attached to their tokens. The US Open tennis just a couple of weeks ago actually put up some tokens where if you bought certain NFTs, say for Andy Roddick, I should say, or Venus Williams, you could actually play on Arthur Ashe Stadium for an hour with that particular player. So there's sort of that exclusive access component. But no doubt, to your point, it is what people will pay for it. And what the blockchain does is create scarcity. So we've grown up in an internet world where it's all been about copy and paste and sort of pirate this and rip that, and now there is only 10,000 crypto punks in the world, and that's become what we call a flex online. People want to show that they are one of the 10,000 crypto punk owners, just like other people want to show that they drive a nice car or wear a nice watch.
Right, okay, let's say we've got limited time tomorrow and we can't be there for the entire 9 hours. What is the one thing we shouldn't miss?
It's a very, very tough question. I would say if you're a Marvel fan or some of the sort of big franchise brands, the Vive session at 2 o'clock tomorrow is going to be great. For the NFT fans that have heard of World of Women, we have that at 6:15 p.m. That's the last session of the day. And off the top at 10:30, we have a fantastic panel featuring a few NFT projects, and also an 11:30 panel. You mentioned Immutable before, so we have Robbie Ferguson, one of the co-founders of Immutable, speaking with a stellar lineup with speakers out of the US as well. So it's hard to pinpoint one, but head to nftfest.com.au and you'll see the agenda there. You can also follow us on Twitter at NFT Fest Oz.
All right, Greg Oakford, we wish you all the best with NFT Fest tomorrow. Thanks for putting it together. It's going to be a fascinating day. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Simon.